Hello, Kenmare School District family. Tonight, the school board approved our health and safety plan that we must have in place to restart school by directive of Governor Burgum. This will be posted online shortly, but tonight I'd like to go through it briefly just so you have an idea of what to be prepared for. So I'm going to share my screen at this time, go through our plan. To begin with, we developed a task force to create this plan. On that task force, there were school board members, there were administrators, teachers, parents, and we had a community member as well. There's an organizational chart of each individual that is the head of a certain area of our plan. I wanted to let you know that I am the COVID coordinator, so please, if you have any questions or concerns, call me at any time, and I'll do my best to help you out. I want to let you know that there are 3 levels for returning to school. One is blue-green, which we're in now. That means we return to school as normal, face-to-face, but with precautions. Then there's yellow, which means we have a heightened risk of exposure, so that we will have our hybrid model in place. And then there's orange-red, which means is extreme exposure, and we go back to distance learning. To help mitigate the spread of infection, of course, there's some simple things to do. Number 1 is wash your hands often. We have purchased a bunch of hand sanitizer dispensers and put them throughout both schools. These will be filled up and students will have access to them and encouraged to use them all day long. Avoid close contact, that means social distancing whenever possible. Cover coughs and sneezes. We will be cleaning and disinfecting the school daily. We have special equipment we purchased to help with this. And then wear a face mask to help spread. This will be further explained as we get down. I'm going to go to the first level, which is level blue-green. We will be checking for symptoms of students coming to school, but the first thing we ask is that parents do a home screening. That means if your student has a fever, seems sick in any way, please keep them home. That will solve a lot of our issues. Students getting on the bus will have their temperature taken by the bus driver. We have temperature guns for that, so it's pretty quick and simple. Buses will drop off at the back of the high school, so those students that had their temperature taken before getting the bus won't have to have it done again. And then Mrs. Hennix will contact the parents of the little school to let you know the procedures there. Every other student who may be driving, walking, or riding with someone else will be required to take their temperature coming into the building. We have scanners. They're pretty quick and simple. They'll scan temperatures, and anybody with a temperature of 100.4 degrees must go to the office. They'll be isolated, and they have to go home. So please be prepared for that. Now, they must maintain a temperature less than 100.4 for 24 hours without fever-reducing medication, or submit a note from the doctor verifying that the illness is something other than COVID-19 before being allowed back in the school. We'll be using Google Classroom and Zoom for distance learning instruction. Distance learning instruction will occur at the same time classroom instruction is going on. These Zoom meetings will happen as the teacher is teaching the class. We ask those that are distance learning to log in for the instruction, and when the teacher gives you an assignment, then you go ahead and do your assignment, just like any other day. The teacher will be instructing for maybe a quarter or more of that period, and then give the assignment. Now, the Google Classroom will be used to store assignments, and the Zoom lessons. We'll be recording those and putting those in there as well. Anybody that has chosen to distance learn, please let us know if you need technology, and we'll get that to you. And then students will be staggered for lunch. We will be spread out as much as possible to distance ourselves from others. I do want to say that in areas where we cannot social distance, masks will be required. This may be on the bus, as students at times need to sit with each other in crowded classrooms. We won't be requiring masks in other areas, just where we cannot social distance. Now, the next one is yellow. This is where we go to our hybrid. That means on Monday and Tuesday, half students will be in the building and half students will be at home learning through the Zoom lessons. And then Wednesday and Thursday, vice versa. The other half will come back, and the half that was in Monday and Tuesday will go home. And along with that, Fridays will be used for remediation. Any students needing extra help can Zoom with their teachers, and we'll do deep cleaning on those days as well. Everything else is pretty much the same. Zoom and Google Classroom will be used. if we get to the red-orange stage, that means we're going back to what we did last spring. We will have to go to complete distance learning, and hopefully we don't get to that place. But if we do, we need to be prepared, and we want you to be prepared as well. So again, let's look at our blue-green stage. Buses will unload one at a time so we can keep kids apart. Temperatures taken as they get on the bus, taken as they come in the door. Lunchtime staggered. We'll be doing assigned seating on the buses, in the classrooms, and for lunch and breakfast so that we can help with contact tracing should we have an active case. Those that have made the decision to distance learn, we support that, but understand that if you distance learn, you must do so for the entire semester. At the end of the semester, you may make a different decision. It's highly recommended that students wear a cloth face covering. It's highly recommended that students are dropped off and picked up by parents. And the reason I say that is then we don't have to worry about the social distancing on the bus. Although we do realize that there are some parents that don't have the convenience to do this, and we respect that. Yellow, again, the same thing, except for the A-B schedule. The red-orange, again, is distance learning. Both blue and green levels. Students will bring their items to school, go to their lockers, pack up all items they need for the day, and they'll carry their backpacks around. That's so we don't have any congregating in the lockers. Now, of course, it's heavy. It won't always be possible, so we'll be flexible when we need to. Another thing I'd like to let you know is that visitors will be allowed in the building, but we ask that you call ahead so we're prepared. When you come to the door, we will not buzz you in this time. What will happen is we'll have a staff member go to the door and let you in. You have to have a face mask, and you will have to have your temperature taken before you'll be allowed in the building. And then we ask that for any other procedures as far as an active case, if your child is tested and they have an active case of COVID-19, please let us know immediately so we can contact the First Health Unit. They will contact it as well. We will have methods for contacting parents of students that may be exposed. And then we'll make sure that everybody knows. We ask that you look at the North Dakota Department of Health website for any changes to the quarantine or the isolation suggestions. In the plan, there will also be guidance on that as well. So I hope that this doesn't scare anybody. I hope that you're ready to start the school year. We sure missed everyone. We're ready to get back to normal. I hope that this is a very temporary thing and that school can continue as it always has. We love you very much and we miss you. So we can hardly wait to see you. August 26th, we'll be waiting.